Hush you. So we might tie in, make them either a single. Oh, I'm trying to think it out real quick. So got all these left. Okay, might just make them all their own video. Make Lilo and Stitch in Moana 2 and we'll do. No, we'll do Mufasa and Snow White in one video. So we're gonna check out real quick. Oh, welcome to Jurassic Room. It's getting very dark in here. Might want to turn on the kitchen lights.
Hey Siri, turn on kitchen lights.
Oh, there we go. I should have done that a little while ago. Take off your hood. You look like a ghoul.
Because I am one.
Oh. All right, so let's go and check this out. Mufasa, the Lion King official trailer. And boing!
It's time.
It's Ryder.
I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story.
There's a lot of stories with all of us. Tell one of those. Long before they became legends, Mufasa and the prince who would come to be known as Scar became brothers.
Hello, what's your name?
Mufasa.
I told you to wait for me. We can't just leave him here.
Rules are rules, Tucker. The king will never accept a stray.
I'm not straight. I'm just lost.
I'll do that later. So they actually kept his original name, Taka.
Associate with outsiders. Taka is the future king. We must protect the bloodline.
But Dad, I saved his life. I have a secret, Mufasa. I always wanted a brother.
I always wanted a brother.
I always wanted a brother.
Sometimes I get a scent. It's barely a trace on the wind. And it smells like home. And it's gone.
You and Tucker together. That is home. Now both of you go. Find your place in the circle of life.
White lions.
The circle is broken. There will be one Lion King.
Mufasa, run!
Huh.
We must fight together. If we fight, we die.
Just to be clear, I never signed up for this.
Zazu.
I'm here to protect you, my brother.
Mufasa! This was a bad idea! We're alive! I did it! I saved us!
You were saying?
I'll see it as long as it's not make me cry.
I don't know. It's a whole new story. It's interesting that they took because Scar's original name was Taka, so they actually call him that in the movie. And
Glover's in it?
well, Seth Rogen's Pumbaa. He was Pumbaa in the first one. Billy Eichner, he was Timon. Donald Glover. Yeah, they're all the same cast from the first movie. Well, the first live action movie. Donald Glover. Yeah, we gotta watch it. Donald Glover is Simba.
I thought you said it was sad.
It's the same as The Lion King.
It's sad.
It's the same story.
It's sad.
Basically, a verbatim retelling of the story, just in CGI live action. Although I say one of the biggest improvements with this is that they have the characters emote, so that they don't look like stale animals just talking. They actually show some emotion.
Look at him.
Ryder, you just looking off into the abyss, buddy?
No, not Ryder. He's been doing that
Gay
for
boy.
about an hour. Quit it.
Ryder, you okay, bud? Are you sleeping upside?
Ryder! Oh, he hasn't moved.
John Connie as Rafiki. Kelvin Harrison Jr. and Aaron Pierre. And then Mads Mikkelsen. I don't want to even try that second one, sorry. Tiffany Boone, Lenny James, and introducing Blue Ivy
Stanley.
Carter.
I think it's Stanley.
Isn't
So
that Blue Ivy?
that's Beyonce's daughter.
That's what I thought.
Beyonce plays Nala.
Mm-hmm.
And so Blue Ivy plays Kiara. Yeah, Kiara. This is kind of another take on The Lion King Part 2 because we see Simba's daughter and whatnot like that from the original cartoons. So they might actually make a Simba's Pride live action for a third one. Everyone was booing the idea of having a Mufasa prequel, but I think it looks pretty good. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. When we die, we become the grass. The antelope eat the grass, and so we are all connected in this great circle of life. Pouncing lessons. Okay. Alright, let's get on with the next one. So, next trailer we're going to check out. Just have this on the same video. Disney's Snow White. So, they basically, like you said before, they had to go back and basically reshoot this entire movie. Because, what's his name? Dwarf actor. Plays in a whole bunch of movies.
Oh.
Driving me nuts now. I can't remember any names today.
Yeah, my handy dandy again. What was you supposed to plan?
Look up,
Pixels?
Away.
Is that the one you're talking about?
yeah, you can look up Pixels. You can look up dwarf actors. Oh, dwarf actors, little actors.
It was Turbo Blaster, I think.
Peter Dinklage, yeah. Peter Dinklage had to run his mouth and pull the ladder up behind him because little people get roles for dwarfs. And so Disney had to basically go crazy and get 7 diverse humans, or 7 magical creatures as they were originally called. And when those set photos leaked, everyone trashed it. And then you had Rachel Zegler come out saying that the original Snow White was 1936. The original Snow White was it patriarchal and outdated. She wouldn't be saved by the prince. There would be a guy who acted like a prince in the movie. She'd be all about herself as a powerful woman, whatever, all that jazz.
Enjoyed every second of it.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is not going to be saved by the prince. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and a leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once, and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once, and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again, sir. And what a woman is fit for in the world. And so when we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader. And the reality is, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
Also, the fact that she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms, is what makes it so relevant to where we are today.
Version of Snow White. What did you mean by that? I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. So no prince, or a different kind of prince? We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because, we cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But
Weird.
And of course, no one liked that because people besides Disney like to actually respect the original movie that Walt Disney created. Especially, I was recently watching some of How Disney Made America. And just knowing everything that Walt Disney and Roy Disney went through to make that movie, I mean, basically finishing in under 3 months to meet the deadline by Bank of America or essentially lose everything.
More than 250,000 paintings like these were created by Walt Disney and his staff of artists to make the most daring adventure in the history of motion pictures, with new and amazing characters: Snow White, warm, human, the lovable 7 dwarfs. But let Walt Disney tell you about them himself.
How long was Snow White in production, Walt?
I actually started to plan the picture about 1935, and I fooled around with it, trying to get a hold of a story and things for a couple of years, and finally it began to gel. Then I went to work on it, and I finished it the fall of 1938. I didn't know what I had or what would happen or anything. We had the family fortune. We had everything wrapped up in Snow White. In fact, the banker, I think, was losing more sleep than I was. And fortunately, we put it in, premiered it, and everything else. Why, everything was fine. The banker was happy.
And the following spring along came that Academy Award.
Oh, yeah, but it wasn't but about 2 years later that I was almost broke.
I mean, all the heart and soul that was poured into the original movie, and you got your main actress trashing it for reasons that really just don't matter. Like, the movie's almost 100 years old at this point. And, of course, they went back, and, well, they didn't hire dwarf actors to play the characters, which other dwarf actors did complain about. They did include 7 CGI dwarfs, which is what we're getting now. Oh, yeah, and apparently Rachel Zegler is also supposed to be more beautiful than Gal Gadot. I think Maddie would disagree with that. So let's go ahead and check this out. All right, you ready? So this is Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Bang!
Hello.
She does look a lot like
they did
the Evil Queen. Huh?
They did good with that guy.
Grimhilda. Oh, did they put the prince back in?
Go around with a fucking bug and
They actually look like the cartoon animals.
I hope they really don't mess with that.
Yeah. March 2, 2025. If they went back and really fixed it, I could maybe get behind it. I want to go back. I want to see where's the dwarfs at. Near on the wall. There's one on the wall. Let's see. Let's get it. I want to see the dwarfs.
You don't really see it.
There's one scene that you see them dancing. Oh, okay, it's towards the beginning. My oh, I ho, to home where we go. Okay, here we go. So you can kind of see them.
Okay.
Just from, okay, let's just play. They don't look terrible. Do you know what they do?
They look like on Shrek.
Now, you know what they remind me of? Like anything from Robert Zemeckis, like Polar Express or Christmas Carol. That's what they remind me of. They look like characters out of a Robert Zemeckis animated movie. But I'd be willing to give it a chance as long as they don't screw it up again. Like they really screwed it up last time. So, I mean, offensively to any Disney fan, I think they offended a lot of Disney fans with what was last year. I know everyone jokes that apparently you get right here. She's supposed to be prettier than the queen. Huh? Riley!
I don't think so.
I don't really care that she's not like porcelain white. I think it's fine enough. She does have like the look of Snow White from the original, even though the original story called for snow, skin white as snow and lips as red as blood or whatever.
I think that she's not be able to outshine.
Outshine who? The original cartoon? Gal Gadot? Gal Gadot? I don't know how to pronounce her name. So that was Snow White and the Lion King. Personally, I'm more excited for the Lion King, but I'm anticipating Snow White. It's been a long time since I've seen Snow White. But and I think the next one they have around the corner is Bambi, the remake of Bambi. So that's that. Thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and let's hit the 10,000 subscriber mark. And which one are you more excited to see, Mufasa or Snow White? I'll give Snow White a chance, as long as they don't screw it up. Which one are y'all more excited for?
Probably Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Sad. I don't like sad.
Well, I mean, you know how the story pans out.
Yeah.
The prequel. You know how it's going to end. It's literally kind of like Transformers. It gave a lot of Transformers vibes in a way, because we just got done watching the Transformers 1 trailer. You know how it's going to pan out.
They go from being brothers.
Long live the king.
Really sad.
Brother, help me. Long live the king.